Welcome back to the Indiana Weather Network YouTube channel. I am Ryan, and we are going to discuss the next couple days of weather here in the Hoosier State, as well as take a look into what June could bring for us in the Midwest. Let's go ahead and dive into the forecast. We're going to talk about temperatures, our rain chances, and then take a look into the long term as well. So starting with today, Wednesday, May 28th, not bad out there temperature-wise. We're seeing upper 60s and low 70s across much of the state. Further north, if you're north of Indianapolis, we're seeing the low to mid 60s for our highs today. But if you're south, we're going to be firmly in the upper 60s and low 70s. And if you're close to the Ohio River down by Evansville or Corydon, we are seeing mid 70s down here. So overall, not a bad day. Not too cold, but also not warm by any means. But that trend will continue, but the good news is, for those of you who like summer and warmer temperatures, we are trending upwards. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But going into Thursday for our temperatures, looking at the exact same picture pretty much across the state, but a little bit warmer tomorrow. We're seeing widespread upper 60s or low 70s, anywhere from South Bend at 65 there, down by Kokomo at 70, Evansville down there, close to the Ohio River Valley. We are seeing upper 70s as a possibility there. We zoom way in there. 78 is our stat there on the forecast model for tomorrow. So the further south you go, the warmer you're going to get. The further north you go, the cooler you're going to get. But overall, not a bad 2-day stretch here in Indiana. We have some rain to talk about here. This is a forecast model, but it does kind of match what's out there currently about noon time frame here in the state of Indiana. We have a nice batch of rain moving into the northwest half of the state currently. And behind that, we just have some scattered showers all throughout. Light showers, not going to be heavy in nature, but that's going to be the case today as the system moves through the state. Not going to dump a large amount of rain, but it'll be enough to kind of disrupt your outdoor activities through the evening and afternoon hours here on this Wednesday. So going hour by hour here on the model, we're going to start right around noon, which is right now as I'm making the video. So this is noon Eastern time. All times I'm going to say are in Eastern. So here's 1 p.m., here's 2 p.m., here's 3 p.m., here's 4 p.m., here's 5 p.m. Now take note here, these are mostly isolated to scattered little pop-up showers here. It's not going to be widespread, so not everybody in the state is going to see rain today, but the entire state does have a chance, and keyword there is a chance, of a pop-up shower popping up and impacting you throughout the afternoon hours. This is 5 p.m. here, here's 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and by sunset here at 9, those kind of linger a little bit, but then it just kind of pop out and they disappear as we move into the overnight hours. So a drier overnight is expected here. And we go into Thursday, tomorrow, more rain is possible here, especially for areas near or south of Indianapolis to start. Moving through the day, most of the day will be dry. This is at 1 p.m. here tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m., 3 p.m. here, 4 p.m. That's when we start looking at rain chances moving into the southwest part of the state. But again, light showers, not going to be heavy in nature, and those will mainly fill in after dark. So after midnight, especially here on this model, has midnight tomorrow, so technically now Friday morning, moving us into the sunrise hours here. Perhaps a little bit heavier rain shower moving in there south of Indy. This is going to be 3 a.m. Friday morning. Here we go towards sunrise, and that moves out of the state and leaves us for, leaves us for a little bit drier Friday in store. Going into the long-term future here, there's that rain moving out for the Friday time frame. Most of Friday will be dry here. And then as we move into the Saturday area, some more showers and storms potentially moving in from north to south here. So rainy off and on, but again, not widespread. It'll be kind of localized in nature, but everybody does have a chance to see a rain shower or perhaps a storm over the next 3 days here. So that is your precipitation forecast. Now, going into the long-term temperature forecast, we see a pretty stable pattern here based out of Indianapolis. We're seeing low 70s next 5 or 6 days here, but as we move into the June timeframe, I'll circle it for you guys right about here. June 2nd, and then afterwards, we are seeing a rise of our temperatures from the 70s into the low to mid, perhaps even upper 80s. Again, this is based out of Indianapolis. It is a 15-day temperature graph here. And these 80s are going to stay for the long term. You don't see a day below 80 after the June 3rd time period. So a warmer pattern is coming, and that is well supported here. We also see the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center, Also has Indiana in an above average temperature contour here. All it's saying is, hey, our average temperature here about the mid upper 70s, we're going to be above that, and that is well supported by the models, and that's why you see Indiana in a warmer color here. This is for June 2nd to June 6th on the map, so it is well supported that the first week and even second week of June will be above average in terms of our temperatures. Now, what does the month of June hold? That's a lot of people are asking that question. What are we looking for? Severe chances? Gonna be quiet, dry, wet? Like what are we looking at here? Let's go ahead and break it down as best as we possibly can here. So I'm going to start right here on this model. This is called a Heights anomaly, which is basically just kind of measuring how many systems and what kind of pattern we're going to be in here throughout the month of June. So I'm going to fast forward this into the second, third, and fourth week of June. We're going to see a system pass through. Currently, next couple of days here, it's going to bring some rain chances. But as we move into the middle of June, I want to take note and pause right about here. And I want to kind of draw some things on your screen here. So number one, we have what we call a ridge. This is going to be like a ridge pattern. And this is basically just your jet stream. What this is going to do for us here in the United States is it's going to allow a lot of warm air to build in across the central US. So this area right here will have a higher chance of seeing warmer temperatures, but also drier conditions in that center as well. Now, on the top of this ridge up here on this side, we could have some systems working through as they follow this jet stream pattern. So flipping this over here, this is the second week of June. Here's your temperature averages here. So warmer colors, yellows, oranges, and reds are above average, and the blues and greens are below average. We go ahead to that second week of June, we're going to see a very, very distinct pattern here that matches that ridge well. We have warmer than average temperatures across the central and western half of the U.S. We're near normal on the eastern half. But then what about our precipitation with this? What about the rain chances? We're going to kind of switch over here to this model, the brown tan colors indicating drier conditions and the green blue colors indicating wetter conditions. Fast forwarding here to that second week of June, we do see the central U.S. stays on the drier side, near normal to drier side, but on the top and on the east side of that ridge in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast region, we stay above average. So going back to that ridge pattern here, we're going to probably see chances more than likely of these complexes of storms. This is our pattern, a very typical summer-like pattern. We see complexes, storms develop up here in Minnesota, even Nebraska sometimes, in the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Iowa. We're going to see complexes form, and they're going to start kind of congealing into a line. They're going to push downward with this ridge toward our state here in Indiana. This is called MCSs. It can be called QLCS, derechos, the very big storm line complexes. This is a very typical summer-like pattern, and that is what I expect to happen throughout the middle to end of June as this ridge pattern will dominate. With this ridge pattern as well, when this kind of shifts and fluctuates eastward, the center of this ridge does carry warmer than average temperature, so wouldn't be shocked to see a couple days in the 90s here throughout June. It's very normal, but overall a very summer-like pattern is developing. Storm chances will likely dominate the mid to later part of June, and then also warmer temperatures probably as that ridge breaks down, probably more so toward the end of June. But before then, near normal 70s and 80s will continue throughout the month. So putting it all together, severe chances do exist. I would expect there to be complexes, big lines of storms, mainly wind producers, but could have those embedded tornadoes with them, hail as well. But overall, nothing out of ordinary here for our summer-like pattern in the state of Indiana. Hopefully that gives you guys an idea of what to expect for June. I am Ryan. This is Indiana Weather Network, and this is the first of many daily videos to come. I'll catch you guys later. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll answer those as best I can. You guys enjoy your Wednesday. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another update video.